Hello, this is Ryan with Platinum Ponds and Landscaping, and today I just wanted to show a little video on how to install a French drain. We've got our backyard here, and the main issue with the property here is there's water that just sits all through here and back here, and there's water coming from the neighbor's house over here that comes into the homeowner's home. Everything is kind of coming back here. Water just sits back behind this shed, and then water sits along all this back edge. And so what we plan to do is put in what's called 2 French drains. And in order for a French drain to work, you need the water to come in and the drain to run at a perpendicular angle to the water. So as you can see, the water's coming in from the slope, and they are coming toward the house and sitting. And so we've got the drains running at a perpendicular angle to the direction that the water's running. And also another very important thing is to dig your trenches with a slight grade change. So we've had laser transit, and we went through and we've checked about every 10 feet that we're going down at about an inch over every about 10 feet. And then down here, what we've done is, and this is not always necessary on every French drain, you just want to bring water to a designated location. But in this particular project, water's sitting here at such drastic amounts that we've installed what's called a dry ditch. And what a dry ditch is it's an area, a reservoir for where the water can flow into. So both of our French drains, if you want to show down here, we've got both of our French drains are going to be leading right down, and they're coming together right down into this, what's called the dry ditch. And we've got, these are called aqua blocks. This is an aquascape product, and this is just mainly built to reserve water, to hold water inside of it. And so what's going to happen is we're going to put all of these down in this hole here, and here we've got a vault, and we're going to be putting a sump pump in this vault. So when this thing fills up, that pump will come on, and it will blow the water out back there into the woods there, instead of going to flood other neighbors' properties. So basically, to install the French drain, you can get from any of the big box stores like Home Depot or Menards, you can get this French drain pipe. And it looks like this. They're 10-foot sticks. And they've got 4-inch corrugated pipe on the inside of them. So it's pretty easy to see what the whole goal of these is. This keeps this pipe from clogging up and getting crushed or a restricted flow of water. All of the main purpose of this is to allow water to move through this channel, so water is able to fall into these drains, move through this, and move down here. So all I'm going to do is install this into the drain here. We got a little bit of rock here we need to spread out. And we've put a little bit of gravel down at the base. It's good to try to keep a lot of hard clay around the base. So we're actually going to be filling these trenches with topsoil. We're not going to be filling with clay. And since we were in clay, we used a mini excavator to dig our trenches. A lot of times the surface of the ground is going to be so wet that you're not going to be able to use a machine. You're going to have to dig it by hand. But we've waited to do this project in August, which is the driest part of the year. So we had that working for us. That's why it's not wet here now. But a lot of times you'll be digging these by hand because the ground is so wet, you're not going to be able to use a machine because you're just going to make a huge mess. And then basically what you're going to do is you're going to take a coupler, a 4-inch coupler, and you're just going to stick it inside of here until that snaps in. There we go, it snapped in. And then you just take another one, pop that one in. So You just put it in just like that until it snaps in. And then a lot of times what I'll do too is I'll take some Gorilla Tape or duct tape and tape these together so that makes sure when we bury this, it doesn't come apart. So the keys to any French drain is you want to have your slope. You want to have your drains dug perpendicular to the way the water's running, and then you want to have a gradual slope into the direction you want the water to flow. If it's sitting flat, the water will just sit down in the drains and not move. So you want the water moving in a downhill direction, and it should take care of all of your water problems. A lot of the water problems come from up underneath the ground as well. It's not just water that's coming from rains or from down slopes. French drains help alleviate just wet, saturated soil from water that's coming up from underneath the ground as well. So, well, thank you so much for watching this video, and hopefully you'll be able to put in a French drain at your home. Thanks so much. Ryan with Platinum Ponds and Landscaping.